They say when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What if I told you that the secret to breaking free from fear, doubt, and excuses lies not in changing the world, but in changing your perspective? Right now, you hold the power to turn struggles into strength, failures into fuel, and setbacks into stepping stones. But it all begins with one decision: how you choose to see the world. Are you ready to shift your vision and unlock your full potential? Let's dive in. They say perception shapes our reality, and it's true. The way you choose to see the world determines the life you live. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the same situation and come out with completely different experiences? One person sees an obstacle, while the other sees an opportunity. Consider this: you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You could see it as a disaster, a sign that your day is ruined, and allow frustration to consume you. Or you could take a deep breath, recognize it as a moment to reflect, prepare mentally, or even listen to an inspiring podcast. The situation doesn't change, but your perspective does. And that makes all the difference. Our minds are powerful tools, capable of shaping not only how we experience life, but also what we achieve in it. The problem is, most of us let our thoughts run on autopilot. We fall into patterns of negativity, self-doubt, and excuses without even realizing it. But here's the truth: you have the power to rewrite those patterns. You can train your mind to see challenges as growth opportunities, failures as stepping stones, and setbacks as setups for something greater. Imagine what could happen if you chose to reframe every situation you faced. Instead of saying, "I can't," you asked, "How can I?" Instead of thinking, "This is too hard," you said, "This is worth it." The shift may seem small, but it's transformative. It's the difference between staying stuck in fear and stepping into your full potential. Let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to success and happiness. But here's the thing: fear is often just a story we tell ourselves. It's a lens through which we view the world. When you change that lens, you take away fear's power. For example, instead of seeing failure as something to avoid at all costs, start seeing it as proof that you are learning and growing. Every failure brings you one step closer to success. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had given up after his first attempt, or his 100th, or even his 1000th. We wouldn't have the electric light bulb. His perspective transformed what could have been a story of defeat into one of ultimate triumph. That same power exists within you. It's simply a matter of how you choose to see things. But changing the way you look at things isn't always easy. It requires intention, practice, and a willingness to challenge old beliefs. Start by becoming aware of your inner dialogue. What are you telling yourself when things don't go as planned? Are you focusing on what's wrong or looking for what's right? Awareness is the first step to transformation. Next, consciously choose new thoughts. When faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? How can this make me stronger? What's the silver lining? This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on what empowers you instead of what holds you back. Gratitude is another powerful tool for shifting your perspective. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your entire outlook changes. Gratitude shifts your attention from scarcity to abundance, from dissatisfaction to appreciation. And when you live in a state of gratitude, you attract more things to be grateful for. Now let's address excuses. We all make them. I'm too busy. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the resources. These excuses are just stories we tell ourselves to justify staying in our comfort zones. But the truth is, excuses are lies. They're lies we tell ourselves to avoid facing our fears, taking risks, or putting in the work. And the more you cling to excuses, the more power you give them over your life. If you want to change the way you look at things, you have to let go of excuses. Replace them with action. Instead of saying, "I don't have time," say, "How can I make time?" Instead of saying, "I don't know how," say, "What can I learn?" Every excuse you eliminate brings you one step closer to the life you deserve. Here's the thing: the way you look at things doesn't just affect your own life. It affects the lives of those around you. Your perspective influences your relationships, your work, and your impact on the world. When you choose to see the best in people, you inspire them to rise to that vision. When you choose to see possibilities instead of problems, you create solutions that benefit everyone. Let me share a story. There was once a man who ran a shoe company. He sent 2 of his employees to a remote village to explore business opportunities. The first employee returned and said, "There's no market here. No one wears shoes. The second employee came back with excitement and said, "This is a huge opportunity." No one has shoes yet. Same situation, two completely different perspectives. Which one do you think led to growth and success? The way you look at things matters. It's the foundation of your actions, your choices, and your results. So I challenge you to take a hard look at your own perspective. Are you focusing on what's missing or what's possible? Are you seeing barriers or bridges? Are you holding yourself back with limiting beliefs, or are you empowering yourself with a vision of what's possible? Every great achievement starts with a shift in perspective. The Wright brothers looked at the sky and saw the possibility of flight. Martin Luther King Jr. looked at injustice and saw the possibility of equality. These visionaries didn't let the way things were define what could be, and neither should you. So how do you start changing the way you look at things? Begin with small steps. Practice gratitude every morning. Write down 3 things you're thankful for. When faced with a challenge, pause and ask yourself, how can I see this differently? Surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you. Read books, listen to podcasts, and engage in conversations that expand your mind. Feed your mind with positivity and possibility. Remember, this isn't about denying reality or pretending life is perfect. It's about choosing to see life through a lens of growth, resilience, and opportunity. It's about realizing that you have the power to create change, not by waiting for the world to change, but by changing the way you see it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at truly change. Challenges become opportunities. Failures become lessons. Excuses become action steps. And life becomes a journey of endless possibilities. So I leave you with this. What will you choose to see? Will you see obstacles or opportunities? Limitations or potential? Fear or courage? The choice is yours, and that choice will define the life you live. Change the way you look at things, and you will change your world. Let me take this a step further. Picture a garden. If you focus only on the weeds, you might miss the flowers blooming all around you. Life is much the same way. Every day we're presented with a mix of struggles and blessings, setbacks and breakthroughs. If you train your mind to seek out the beauty, the possibilities, and the lessons, you'll discover that the flowers in your life far outweigh the weeds. Here's another perspective to consider. When challenges come your way, they are often disguised blessings. Think about the last time you faced a major setback. At the moment, it might have felt like the end of the world. But with time and reflection, you may have realized that it taught you something invaluable, led you to new opportunities, or even helped you grow stronger. Challenges, while uncomfortable, are often the universe's way of preparing us for what's next. One of the most powerful ways to change your perspective is through service. When you shift your focus from your own struggles to helping someone else, your problems often shrink in comparison. Giving your time, energy, or kindness to others not only improves their lives, but also transforms yours. Service brings clarity, gratitude, and a sense of purpose that can completely change